We all know that Larry painted the original version of the mural, correct? The 86-foot mural. He did the 1-inch.
Yeah, I did the small one, not the 86-foot one.
It was only 86
I don't have room
inches.
for that.
But that's his art. He's an amazing artist, and you can tell by what comes off of his hand how much he loves these characters.
So Buddy Hackett is no longer with us, and we do have another voice, and this guy channels Buddy Hackett. I mean, being in the recording studio with him was hilarious.
It really
because
was.
he just, it just came out. It was Buddy.
So the main songs are original from the film, and the pieces of music in between, we had Danny Trube, who works with Alan Menken, write those pieces. So those are original. And you'll see adaptations, like the sea shanty song, that's playing, the music that's playing in the scuttle scene at the beginning, the descent, the ascent, those interstitial pieces we had him write, which is really exciting too to work. Larry was there when they did the orchestration. We obviously had to create more of the Under the Sea because those are very short little clips, in the film. So Larry and team, created this beautiful Under the Sea world. But if you look at Ursula's lair, if you look at Ariel's grotto, you could take a still frame from the film and a photograph of that scene, and they're pretty much the same. So if the kids have seen the movie 1, 2, or 300 times, then they're going to be right back in the film.
Her hair is so big, and because we've taken you under the sea at that point, you couldn't just let it hang down. It just wouldn't have seemed right. So we actually sculpted it in the upright position. And the difficult part about all that was just deciding where to move it so that it wasn't distracting from what you're supposed to be looking at, which is, her singing and her face and everything. If it didn't move, you would notice. But it does, and it's in a subtle way. And it was just hard to accomplish that, to keep it subtle like that. Ursula's a funny character. Even though she's big, and obviously she's the villain, she's still kind of comical looking. So we were hoping to bring some of that out and not make it too scary for kids.
We took straight from the film this ability to do what's called squash and stretch of characters. You don't necessarily see that in real life. You do, kind of with the body, but the animators of the original film, had Ursula, for instance, squashing and stretching as she's moving around, and that's something that we incorporated into the figure with her movements.
And another thing that we did, if you look at the little Sebastian figures, we did something special with their eyes. We actually did video projection in their eyes because he's only, he's like 9 inches tall. And to try to put a mechanism in there is difficult, and to make him look alive, because the eyes are the most important thing on a character. It's what people are always drawn to. So we went through an enormous effort to make this little guy with a little self-contained video projection system where his eyes can do anything we want them to do. They can blink and change expression and look all around, and they're dialed up just enough to where they look natural on him. In a dark ride environment, it is very hard to pull off a daytime scene and make it believable, plus the fact they were on this huge wedding barge, which would have taken up, the majority of the set. And there's always something to be said for this Disney magic of, the nighttime sky and the black light and everything. So we decided to take it to the next step beyond the wedding and do the reception instead. So they're all married, and the fish have come back from under the sea, and they're serenading, and then Triton's there giving his blessing, so to speak, and then of course they wave to us at the end. But this is the celebration afterwards.